If you guys didn't listen to our live yesterday, we went through everything. Mitch obviously believes that he saw Erika Kirk and Cabot Phillips at a hotel on Fort Huachuca base, and this was on September 8th in the evening. He didn't accuse him of doing anything weird, just walking out of the hotel into a green pickup truck. Okay, so I obviously messaged Cabot Phillips. I'd been trying to get a response from him, and I had noted that he was not seated in his typical chair over at the Morning Wire. It's a daily morning show that they have at the Daily Wire. And so he appeared to be on vacation, last appearance being on September 4th through to when Charlie Kirk gets assassinated. Here's what happens next, quite interestingly. Well, Liz Wheeler jumps in out of nowhere this morning and she's like, gotcha, debunked, because you're saying he was seen on the 8th, but here you go. He's on his show on the 4th at the Daily Wire. And then here he is on the 8th as well, but he's actually not in studio. It's clearly some satellite thing. And I'm going to show you what she posted here as proof that he was, I guess, on the show on September 8th. Except the real glaring inaccuracy was the fact that she missed that Cabot Phillips had posted on X that following the 4th, in the evening on the 4th, he had completely shaved his beard off and was like, I'm only going to have a mustache for the next 3 weeks. I guess that's how long it takes him to grow his beard. Men say it takes like usually a month to grow your beard back. But she missed this. So take a look at what Cabot posted on the 4th before he went on vacation. Less than 4 days later, Cabot, for whatever reason, is on the Daily Wire joining Satellite, which is what Liz was referring to, on the morning of the 8th, and his full beard is back, which means that this segment was pre-recorded. The earliest it could have been recorded was on the 4th. Making matters even more odd is that 2 days later on the 10th, he would be back on the Morning Wire and the beard's gone, starting to grow back, but still gone. So clearly the 8th was pre-recorded, and yet they felt the need to release it on the 8th, which is obviously the exact date that Mitch thinks that he saw Cabot. Because I have found Ben Shapiro's behavior to be very over the top and strange. He's personally invested in the story somehow. Could it be because Cabot Phillips was at Fort Huachuca?
As you guys probably know, Erika has spent years positioning herself as the ultimate standard for the pro-life traditional marriage movement. But the perfect image is officially under siege after alleged leaks from an ex-husband suggest her private past is the exact opposite of her public brand. Now everyone's asking if the documents showing a secret abortion and a prior marriage are the real reason her digital footprint from 2015 was completely wiped. Before we get into this, you have to understand that the people digging into Erika's past aren't just random trolls. These are truthers who have been tracking the discrepancies in her timeline for months. As you guys know, Erika's life before Charlie Kirk is a massive black hole. There is a specific period between her time in Romania and her debut as a conservative influencer that simply does not exist on the public record. So when a name like Derek Chelsvig started trending, it wasn't just a rumor, it was a catalyst for a full-scale investigation into whether Charlie Kirk is actually raising another man's children. Now here's the crazy part. The rumors suggest that Erika wasn't just a single woman when she met Charlie. The theory, backed by what some claim are archived court filings, is that she was legally wed to a man named Derek Chelsvig. But if you search for Derek today, it's like he's been ghosted by the entire internet. This is what triggered the cleaner theory. People are convinced that Turning Point USA's legal team spent a fortune scrubbing every mention of this marriage to protect the virgin bride narrative they sold to their donors. Usually when a person vanishes from the public record, there is a legal trail of non-disclosure agreements and payout settlements. Now, as you guys probably know, high-level nonprofits like Turning Point have access to the same fixers that Hollywood celebrities use. Truthers have pointed out that the sudden silence from anyone who knew Erika in 2016 didn't look like a natural breakup. It looked like a contract sidetracked. Before this, Erika was an open book on social media. Suddenly, there's a 3-year gap where even her location data is tied to blind trusts. This suggests that the late Charlie Kirk didn't just find a wife. He bought a brand and paid to bury the original version. So that's when it clicked for the internet detectives. They started looking at the birth dates of the children. As you guys probably know, the timeline of Erika and Charlie's relationship moved at lightning speed. To give you some context, Erika was still filming reality TV and drinking at bars in New York just a short time before she became the face of traditional modesty. The truther community on X and Reddit has pointed out that the physical traits of the children don't seem to align with the Kirk lineage. This led to the viral accusation that Charlie is raising another man's kids as part of a deal to keep Erika's past hidden. Before this, Erika's biggest scandal was her party girl image on Summer House, but now it's about leaked medical records. A private forum claims to have access to a clinic's database, showing Erika underwent an abortion before her rebranding. If true, it turns her entire career into a calculated lie.
Every single person that told him, "You're too young to make a difference, you don't have enough connections, you're not going to do it," he would have let that noise consume him, and he would not have built the machine that he has built today.
Now, this might sound wild, but look at the behavior of the Kirks lately. They aren't ignoring these rumors. They are aggressively deleting every comment that mentions the name Derek or Romania. As you guys know, when someone is innocent, they usually just debunk the lie. They show the receipts. But Erika hasn't shown a single document to prove these leaks are fake. She just posts more photos of her baking bread and wearing floral dresses. Twitter is convinced she's the real reason the Turning Point Circle is currently imploding.
Most watched personalities has seen her prominence grow while boosting conspiracy theories and anti-Semitic tropes about Charlie Kirk's death. Owens said her suspicions about certain employees at Turning Point USA.
Meanwhile, Candace Owens and Erika Kirk have been in an all-out war since Charlie's assassination in September. Now people are asking, does Candace have the files? Rumor has it that the fallout between the two wasn't about the murder investigation. It was about Candace threatening to leak the Derek Chelsvig marriage certificate. To give you some context on the Romania situation, Erika's mother was reportedly involved in some very high-level charity work over there. But the truthers say that charity work was a cover for Erika to handle a domestic issue away from the eyes of the American public. You could tell something was off. In her old interviews, Erika's voice and demeanor are a complete 180 from the soft-spoken trad wife she plays now. That wasn't a natural growth. That was a man-made transformation. Now here's where it gets even darker. The leaked abortion records allegedly show a date that falls right in the middle of her supposed engagement period to another man named Tyler Macy. As you guys know, Tyler was the guy Erika was obsessed with before the internet says she married Derek. So if she was pregnant, and if she did have that procedure, who was the father? And why did she need to be cleansed before Charlie Kirk would put a ring on it? And where it gets more confusing is that Charlie indeed stayed so quiet about the paternity claims before he passed. This was a guy who was always ready to argue, whether it's with college students or political pundits. But when it came to photos showing his kids alongside Erika's exes, he stayed silent. That silence? It felt like damage control, like he was trying to bury something deeper. Before we go further, we have to talk about the Daily Wire connection. Ben Shapiro is the owner of the platform where several of Erika's former friends work. As you guys know, Ben is obsessed with facts over feelings. Yet his platform has been suspiciously silent about the Erika Kirk conspiracy. This has led many to believe that there is a mutual non-aggression pact among conservative elites to keep Erika's abortion records buried. They know that if the base finds out their queen of virtue has a medical history that looks like a liberal's wish list, the whole house of cards falls. But who's lying? Is it the anonymous leakers who can't seem to produce a high-resolution version of the marriage license? Or is it Erika, who hasn't addressed the Derek Chelsvig name a single time? Now everyone's asking, was this planned from the start? Was Erika chosen specifically because her past made her easy to control? If the late Charlie Kirk was raising kids that weren't his, and if he did it to cover up an abortion, then the money being sent to Turning Point was essentially funding a massive cover-up. You can't make this stuff up. The irony of the pro-life movement being led by a woman with leaked abortion records is too much for most people to handle. And the Kirks recently moved or changed certain filing details. Some say this was to further distance themselves from any legal paper trail connecting Erika to Derek Chelsvig in other states. Erika is moving fast. She is scrubbing hard, but every time she deletes a thread, 3 more pop up. The fact is that Erika's not speaking up. She's just posting more God-honoring content, even as the name of her alleged first husband husband spreads across conservative sites. If Derek Chelsvig doesn't exist, why are the Kirks so afraid of his name? Why not just address it and put the rumors to rest once and for all? The answer is simple. You can't debunk the truth. You can only delay it. All that effort for what? A lifestyle that feels like a scripted show. The late Charlie Kirk said too much. And now his widow has no one left to trust but the secrets that might eventually bury the movement. Was Erika operating as part of a bigger psychological operation this whole time? Was Charlie just a pawn in a game to see how much the conservative base would believe? The pregnancy test result might have hit the floor years ago, but the fallout is just reaching the front door now. Nobody pulled up to defend her when the medical record claims first surfaced. Not even her closest trad wife friends. They stayed quiet, just like the people she thought had her back. The entire internet is waiting for the one document that either clears her name or ends her career. But until then, the image of the perfect Erika is dead. Was this marriage a contract instead of a covenant? Twitter's convinced she's the real reason this whole movement is about to blow up. And that's the one thing no one expected. The truthers aren't stopping until they find Derek. And when they do, the silence from the Kirk household is going to be the loudest thing we've ever heard. So what's the real story behind the Romania blackout? Because if the abortion records are real, they are just the tip of the iceberg. What else did the Kirks pay to hide? Was Charlie Kirk raising another man's kids this whole time? And more importantly, did he take that secret